Alright, welcome back. So today you're going to see the last episode of our 4-part series. Bars&tones and G's RC went ahead, came out, met up with me. I loaded up a few bashers, unloading them right now. The small car definitely had to make some different room to be able to load everything up and take it out. So we got them all strapped to the roof, strapped to the trunk. We actually had them strapped everywhere, back seat, front seat, everywhere. But the whole reason for meeting up, Bars&tones has been looking for a new 5th scale size RC. Whether it was the Losi, and that's the original. He ended up running the Fox edition down there. Or should he do another Kraton with a monster build, or should he modify his Kraton? Put an M2C chassis and a Coke can motor in it. Definitely had to rip the Mojave just because that wasn't even on his radar. That's just something I threw in there, and I thought that would be cool just because he's never ripped one. And then to rip an 8S1 at the speeds that that's going with the windshield modification from RC Guy Garage, it's just a fun, all-around good basher to have a good time. I did bring out the Super Baja Ray 2.0, which is underneath that X-Max. Yeah, I know. I don't leave them that way. I just double stacked them. I'm unloading right now because that'll kill your shocks if you just leave them all stacked up like that. But I brought out the Super Baja Ray, and I wanted him to rip that. We just ran out of time. We literally was there for about 2 hours, just back to back in the sun, ripping everything, and having a great time. So I brought up the 2 X-Maxes for myself just so I had something to bash around with. And I'll tell you what, that full speed into the rock with my first X-Max, which is the one under the orange body right now, man, that thing took a hit. And to see the minor amount of damage to that with that impact was amazing. And of course had the backup X-Max. The pinion ended up slipping on it. No big deal. We'll tighten down the pinion. It was just too hot to try to rip. But I also brought out, the EXB 6S Kraton, just in case I needed something else to rip. But Bars&tones, I think he ran 4 vehicles. And out of the 4 vehicles, one of them he's going to be buying. It's funny, when we first got there, he had his mind pretty much set on the RC that he really was going to buy. And at the end of it, his to watch his decision change, that's what it's all about. Because I was the same way. You think that an RC is going to be a certain way, and it's not. It's totally different, especially with, the modifications I've done. Every one of the RCs that he ripped are modified. From the Losi 2.0 with the tire change and the pinion change on that one, it's the right modifications. To the 2 Coke can builds up there, the Kraton and the Outcast, the only basic big difference between those two is the M2C chassis and how heavy the Kraton is, because it has that M2C chassis on it, versus the Outcast that's basically all stock with a Coke can setup in it. And whenever I say Coke can setup, or I mention Coke can setup, it's just a 2028 size can motor whether it's Castle or Hobby Wing. It's just that 2028 big size can that's the same size as a Coca-Cola can. And running a Mamba Monster X8S or a Max 5, the power's there. It doesn't matter which ESC you use. It doesn't matter which motor you use. It's just that Coke can size motor. And they drive totally different. And the plan was to take the other Kraton, which is that one, and just throw a Coke can setup in it with a stock chassis, and then do a comparison between all three. That's my goal. So, or maybe throw one on 12S. I don't know. Until I can get the control arms to stay on the M2C one, I really don't want to up the power to it anymore. But that's it. Just a bunch of YouTubers out there having a good time, ripping some RCs. When I heard he was coming to Anaheim, California to do some work, I, was like, hey, I'm not too far, maybe we can meet up, in his live stream. And I'm glad he came out. Thank you, Bars&tones. Thank you, G's RC, for coming out. G's RC is a ripper. That guy, he doesn't care. He will take his RC and just full trigger it and send it as high and as hard as he possibly can until everything that he has doesn't move. And then he loads everything up in the back of his truck, goes home with a smile on his face, and fixes them all. He does videos on it, and then he goes out again and repeats. So he's a true basher at heart. So I want to thank everybody for watching this episode, or these 4 episodes. Go check out Bars&tones. He's going to be getting home at the end of this week, and then he's going to get settled in, of course, and then he's going to be doing a video on which one he chose out of all the ones he ripped in this 4-part series and why he chose it. I have a pretty good idea which one he's going to get. I'm going to stay tuned. Go subscribe to him. He's got a very good channel. He does wrenching videos just like I do, and he rips RCs and he sends it, and he's getting ready to do a speed build with a Limitless. So that's going to be awesome to see as well. But I'm very curious to see, out of all my modified RCs, which one he enjoyed the best. So there we go, guys. Video's coming up next. This will be the last part. There's not much to this one, as the Kraton actually overheated. It was a very hot day. The last jump, it felt like to him the battery came unplugged, but the steering worked. It was a heat cut. So it was the hottest part of the day. It's to be expected, So there we go. Hope you enjoy the video. Thank you to everybody watching. And like I said, down in the description below, I'll leave a link to G's RC and Bars&tones. Go check them out. Go follow Bars&tones if you want to see which RC he decided to pick and why. Driver's ed. That's usually what they're doing, learning how to drive. Oh, really? Yep. It's a stiff chassis. It feels like the Losi.
Yeah, it does have more of that just straight arrow kind of flying.
Controllable.
Fun to jump high. You feel the weight difference?
A little bit, like I noticed like the way that it jumps.
Yep.
The air control is
Perfect.
far better.
It's well balanced.
It flies very level.
Yep, you don't have to really hit the brakes.
It doesn't want to nosedive like mine.
Nope. We've 100% made that a good jump today. See, I see you backing off the throttle. Unlike the Outcast.
Yeah, you just kind of let off and it just stays floating.
Yep. Where the Outcast, you're on it.
Jump off this thing over here.
Yep.
See how she backflips.
See if you can get it to rotate.
I've gotten a couple with just mine with stock, but it's got to be just that right momentum.
Slow, yeah.
You still have enough.
In the air.
Yeah.
Which this one will have enough in the air, you just can't be full trigger or half trigger. Not like the Outcast. The Outcast, you were almost full trigger, right?
Yeah, and it was still just...
Still had enough to rotate.
Not a fun jump.
Right?
Alright. Plenty of air control.
Yep. It's that 800 kV.
Never even touched a body. It's just like... Man, you really landed that trigger though. It really...
Oh, it'll come around, yeah. Especially at the slow speed you're going, you know?
Oh, I think I knocked the battery loose.
All right, so that was low voltage cut, and battery didn't come unplugged, but that was low voltage cut, and hope you enjoyed the video. Little short one, long day for us. Thank you to Bars&tones. Thank you to GZRC. We will see you guys on my next video. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching all 4 of the 4-part series to this. The Kraton's an animal. It always has been. Yeah, the body will get straightened out. It's just a little crushed, keeping it on the roof. But like I said, thanks for watching. Go check out Bars&tones to see which one he picked. See you guys on the next video.